Antarctics have left. They've gone south. Beautiful great cormorants, they're here pretty well every day over summer and autumn.
Your friend. Oh, your friend here. Get the boy.
They're the larger of three river cormorants in Australia that they love to feed down at the ocean lagoon.
Can you see it?
The last 8% of the lakes is what we refer to as an ocean lagoon. Any one river eventually runs into the sea.
There's another one there.
It's a lagoon at the entrance.
Oh. Look at his face.
Just floating in the water.
It felt not an amarillo.
They get very used to the Lonsdale, they know we're not a threat. We'll see more as we get down towards the entrance. A lot of old there's a little pied cormorant there, that's a little cousin to the other big river cormorants. You see a lot of old machinery, a lot of old rail lines and the like. When they built the entrance, they built the walls simultaneously and they left the sand in the middle. They had to do that. Look at the water movement that's in here at the moment. It's just a running tide. It's twice that when it runs out. Would have pulled all the machinery and everything all apart, trying to hold it in place. So they built the inner walls out of wood. They didn't have the machinery to mine granite in those early days, but they knew that later on they would have to use granite, the only rock available up in the hills, 18 to 30 kilometres inland of granite. They used the wood out of heavily wooded hardwood forests. That lasted up until the early 1900s, and then the worms got into it, so they just started mining granite and burying the timbers. The steel rails there for steel wheel trolleys, that they brought the building materials from the inside out and had a rail line going over to the other side. Remember, there was sand all the way through. And they changed steam fans down there. I'm not sure they built the two entrance walls right at the very end. The last thing they did was take the sand out, they built a bullock island, and that was the flood to stop the water from going down towards the old natural outlet. And they did that with the addition of timber rows to the north and one to the south. They were only in place for 6 months. Pull them out, and ever since then, water's been coming in and out through. Only a 1.2 metre rise and fall in the tide outside the entrance. It's one of the least amount of tidal rise and falls in any place in Australia. In northern Australia, in some places, it's 13 metres. Gippsland Lakes would empty out if it was 6 metres. No, 1.2 metres. It also adds to the geomorphology around the area here and how things are formed. All the seals must be in the water. Water temperature is 18 degrees, it's actually warmer than the air today. So we always keep our eyes open for dolphins. Dolphins transit in and out through the entrance here 24/7. Come into the lake system to feed. There's a small pot of dolphins that live in the lakes and the ocean. While dolphins can pop up anywhere on their journey, seals are more common at the entrance. These animals aren't here because of the entrance, they're here because of the 90 Mile Beach. That's their original destination. It's beaches like the 90 Mile Beach are along the east coast of Australia and the like attract a lot of the aging fish and also a lot of juvenile fish and bait that school, and the seals, the dolphins, and a lot of the birds will feed on those fish as they migrate along the 90 Mile Beach. The seals find this area here and they can haul out as well, so they'll hang around. The winter spring colonies are 100 to 200 seals in 4 different species. So we've got a nice little raft of seals on our left here. So for those of you out on the port side there, have a look out to the left. They're just relaxing, and that's what seals do. They get into a big tight bunch like that and it protects them from predators. You'll notice their heads are under the water all the time. They're looking down. If they're not looking for predators, they're going to get got. Predators for seals and sharks, of course, great whites, tigers. Do we ever see any sharks around here? Of course we do. Look at all the seals. And it's an area for juvenile seals here too. Now, if they forget to look down, they're going to get eaten, and that's good for the shark. You'll notice their heads are always looking down, and the tighter the bunch, the more protected they are. So the boat will move around a little. We're just going to sneak up to the entrance opening here. Remember, just to be careful of any slippery surfaces.
Look at the brief chua này.
You might be surprised to know that all of these seals are juvenile seals. They're not fully grown. You don't get adults here. Adults are about half a metre to a metre larger. I'll hang around out the back of the entrance because I know the kids are in.
Nước không? Ý vậy, ai đi chập mà. Nước đấy không? Đi ba từ nơi đông phương Tây Mai đó.
So not that choppy out in eastern Bass Strait. Today the fishing fleet would work quite inshore, what we call, within about 7 to 10 kilometres thereabouts. In the distance off where the sun rises to the east, you'll see a peninsula of land down there. That's Red Bluff. That's the eastern end of the 90 Mile Beach. So that's defined as the first rocky outcrop between Wilson's Promontory and Worming and Wilson's Promontory. 3 vertical poles and a pipe putting out into the sea on either side of this as well. They're the outfall pipes for the sand transfer. So they remove sand from the channels, and they pump it mixed with water all the way back, and they stick it in the surf, and the surf spreads to the wrong beach. When the tide's coming in, it brings an enormous amount of sand.
Like a ball lên à chào.
Seals down here at the entrance of the boat. So I'm looking up and down the 90 Mile Beach behind us and ahead of us there, just in case there's any feeding activity, diving birds, any evidence of dolphins. As I mentioned, dolphins can pop up anywhere on their journey. Seals are more common down around the entrance, and we always come down and have another look at the entrance when we return. And then you'll get to see them rubbing their whiskers. They'll come up backwards, they'll bring their petrol fins up to their nose and they'll roll their whiskers. They do that, they look after their whiskers. So the whiskers are used to feel the vibrations of fish trying to swim away. They can follow fish in sandy water, oxygen water, or in the dark. It's all done through what they feel through their whiskers, so they really look after them. So it's quite a common thing, they'll come up, they'll get their pectoral fins and they'll roll their whiskers on their cheeks. They look very similar to a canine. There's no relationship to a dog or canine at all. Their jaws are interesting because when they feed to break the fish up, they have to flick it around on the surface of the sea to break it up softly. It's quite a comical fish. But they flick and then all the birds come in and they'll eat all the little bits. And they'll pull off mouthfuls off the fish. I think they just got a bit excited. I'll just do another circle here and I'll just pull the fish around.
ដល់វាគ្រាវាថាវងជាងនៅខាងខាងជើង
There might have been a bit of bait around the wall there. All of Eastern Bass Strait at the moment is travelling to the west. It travels to the west and then to the east with the rise
វា
of
នៅ
the
តែកន្លែង
form.
នោះ
That's what we call the conveyor tide. If it didn't have a tidal flow up to 3-4 knots to the east to west, it would never have formed a beach.
លេងលឹបបាត់
They head around the point there. Keep our eyes open the entire trip for dolphin activity. Shouldn't be too bad for spotting over long distances. It's always difficult if there's a little bit of breeze and a little bit of rain. And if we come back and look at the entrance, we'll see how straight it is.